dealing with half guard when we're starting to lose position. So a lot of times when we're in half guard, guys start working for this underhook. We have to make sure that we shorten the hook. The first thing we want to do is make sure we contain our opponent. So we don't want our elbows out wide. We actually want to turn our elbows in. So when my partner, lift your elbow, there, and he's going to start climbing out towards the back. We can't have that. When he elevates that elbow and starts scooting around the back, it's really going to hurt me, okay? Bad news bears there. So when I'm in this position, he starts elevating that. My counter is to twist my elbow down and shorten it. The next thing that's really important when I stay heavy on the underhook, before I can really start working on shortening it, go ahead and roll your shoulder back, is this knee. I can't have this knee beating me to my own hip. I really have to make sure that my knee, when I'm shortening it, comes to his hip. I want to make sure I have this whole leg trapped when I'm playing from half. Especially when he has this underhook. Don't leave it open where this hand can start going into deep half. We can't have that. Reverse grip here on the wrist. That way my knee can come inside, and look, I can start shortening it. Look how his elbow is way up here. Okay, I want to really shorten that position here. Short, short, short. I work on a post on the gi, keeping my shoulder flat to his body, where I can get this hook nice and low. And now I can bring my hand to the other side, and I can switch my base. That way, this hook is nullified. I can start working for my Kimura grips. I can start doing a lot of things because his arm is stretched out over my body here. So when he starts building up, short, 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 get that knee inside. If he's starting to fight up, keep that hand down, okay? Always this way. I know some people like to grab this because it feels natural, but it allows our partner to sit up and get a hook and a bite on the elbow. Look, stay there, stay there. See how my elbow's starting to bend? When I turn my hand this way, my elbow's down. That way, it's easy to push him down off the body. So when he comes up this way and he tries to hook, it's easy to push. Go ahead and get a really strong hook. There. And I can basically slide my arm out, no problem. No matter how hard he squeezes my arm, it slips out. When I turn my hand this way and he gets a bite, he actually gets a bite and he can start working on getting that submission. So, again, whenever you have to grab this hand, always thumb faces the head. Okay, and then I can stretch it out. When he comes over, I don't even have to worry about it. My arm will slip out, no problem, and I can work on hugging him and then start knee cutting out the back, flattening him out, and start setting the chokes. So, when he works on, let's turn a little bit. There we go. So, he's got this underhook. He's building his base. I'm shortening it. I get my knee inside. I set my grip. I'm climbing up the gi little bit by little bit to really get it short. Short, short, short. Step over. Switch the hips. From here, I can focus on the hand if I want. I choose to let the underhook stay because look, it's in my armpit basically. He's not so deep it's a problem because I had it shortened originally. As long as I stay heavy here, I'm okay. It's across my chest. My arm is pretty much free to move as I see fit. So I'm going to grab the knee and I'm going to push so that my knee is free. Sometimes guys take a good bite above the leg. Okay? Let's start. When they do that, when they have that good strong bite above the leg, my foot has to walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can get his hips up off the floor. And then I can go to that top knee and I can push it down to free my knee very easily. Some guys with long arms, they can go down, grab their own foot and really pull it up tight to the butt. It's also going to help prevent that scorpion lock from getting stretched. Okay? Then we have to get our other foot involved, open it up, walk it in nice and close. That way he can't get that hook. I can push my leg down. From here I can shrimp out. My knee can come inside. I can work on tying this up. And I can start freeing my leg to start passing the guard. Again, this is all under the idea that he's come up and he's beat me with that underhook. Okay? I want to shorten his grips, grab anything you can, and start working your hands and body, jump to the other side. When we do this, you have to sprawl that leg out and twist it in so it's up. I want to keep his legs up and off the floor so that he can't generate any power in space. This clamp is important. You have to lock it into the mat. Don't just aimlessly grab on and hold on here. Put it on the floor, okay? Make sure his back stays off the mat. You don't want to start getting rolled up here, okay? Keep him back and keep pressure back behind him. I really want to drive into his head without losing his arm. My left here is to keep this arm nice and short and keep his back off the floor so that I can walk my foot up freely, free his knee to the other side. You might want to just go underhook and come up into 3/4, maybe switch to the other side and knee cut. It gives you a lot of different options to kind of play around with the guard. Now, let's turn a little bit. Let's say his legs are opened a little bit, okay? Where we're playing here, and maybe he's got his feet together and he's got a knee shield, okay? This is a great position to be in. When we're in this position, there's a couple of different options you have. One of the ones I like is to actually bring my leg through and pass to get out, and I back up. So that when he brings his legs up to square up, yep, he's gonna square up there. Now I'm out of his guard, and I can go back to passing the open guard, which is a lot safer for me than it is to be inside his half guard. And I can just bail on the position without really being involved. Look, here's my base. Maybe I slide in because I had my hand there as a quick base to get in. Again, just trying to play the odds here when we're here. Go behind the knee and then turn against it so that my hand works as a block, and then I can shoot that knee up to his hip. I don't care about this. It doesn't matter to me. It's gonna slip out past. Maybe I wanna weave from here to break him down and come around to the other side. There's a lot of different options. But when we're here, that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to make a committed pressure here with his shield against my shoulder, back out against the knee to replace it when I slide in, or if he locks down on that ankle, making this hook short when he comes up, fight, 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 switch it, walk the foot up, pop it off, and make a decision here. Do I go for the Kimura? Do I go for the underhook? Do I shift my knee inside here? There's a couple of different options we have. All of them are great. It's just the one that you're more comfortable with and the one that works well for your body.